Hello, this is What If here, and this is What If Izuku Was Betrayed Part 7, I think. Betrayed and experimented on. Um, if you like this video, like, subscribe. Almost at 100 subs, up to 85 right now. 100 sub special, you guys get to pick what if I will do. And in this video, I'll get up to the end of the anime, and the anime movie will be coming out later today, and when I start the manga, I'll finish it up to the, before the, what's it called? Before the war arc, because it's quite long, and I don't want to go through every little detail, and the manga movie will be coming out, then. So yeah, let's get this video started. So we start with Izuku. He just went out with Nejire, and the next day of class happens, and Aizawa announces the UA festival. I forgot what it's called. I think it's just the UA festival. So, Aizawa was talking about the UA festival, and everyone says, like, what they what stall. That's what it is. What stall they want, like, what they want, and instead of Izuku saying, a hero quiz, because he doesn't really like the heroes anymore after what they did, Izuku just says, that he had like a tournament sort of thing, sort of like Bakugo, but except for the fight to the death part, and fight, or tournament fight. And so they decide on the concert, like Todoroki says, and Izuku, one time, they start doing what they do in the anime, like practices. They see Bakugo play the drums, and everything happening. Mina dancing, and instead of Izuku dancing, instead of him not dancing, Mina's like, "Oh, show us what you got." Like, not dancing horribly. Izuku just says, "I'm not doing it." And Mina says, "Why not?" Izuku says, "I'm not dancing." And Mina says, "So come on." And Izuku, he gets mad at this and just activates his Sharingan and says, "Who are you to tell me what to do?" And Bakugo just says, "No, not Bakugo, Kirishima." Yeah, let's say Kirishima. He just says, "Come down, Midoriya. Just show us what you got." And Izuku says, "Go on then, Mina." And Mina's like, "What do you mean?" And Izuku says, "Start dancing." And she's like, "Oh, okay," and starts dancing. Meanwhile, Izuku uses his Sharingan to look at all the moves that Mina is doing, and copies them perfectly, like down to a T. And so, let's just say Mina tripped up once while she was doing it. She accidentally took another step, and Izuku didn't take another step. And so they were like, "Oh, how'd you get so good?" And Izuku says, "Never have been." And like, how long have you danced? And Izuku says, never danced in my life. And they're like, or they say, "You sure you've never danced in your life?" And Izuku says, "Yeah, I'm just good at copying moves." And they don't get it, because they don't know what the Sharingan can do. They only think it can make illusions. And That's it. And Izuku. Oh no. The next couple of days pass, and Mario shows up with Eri, and Izuku just acts like he doesn't care, like, "Hey Eri, what you doing?" And asks Mario what she's doing here, and Mario says the same thing, like she's staying here for a while, something like that. And like, would you like to take a walk around? No, not staying here. She just gets out the hospital because, well, she needs to have a look around because of the festival and everything that happened with Nezu. He explains it like how they want Eri to go to the UA festival, but she needs to get used to UA, so they let her out. So Izuku and Mario look around for a bit, and then Monoma shows up. It's like, oh, if it isn't Izuku, or not, yeah, if it isn't Izuku Midoriya from Class 1A, and like, starts bitching, and Izuku activates his Sharingan and just looks at him with dead eyes, really intimidating. Puts a genjutsu on him, make it look like he's right, like huge, like right up close to him, and Monoma just passes out, and Izuku just walks off with Eri and Monoma as if it never happened. And yeah, it was quite funny, because the dude, I forgot his name, the welding dude, was just watching what happened and just saw Monoma just pass out, and they just walk off talking. He found it funny, and so they, Eri is just talking about how she likes apples and candy. She wants a candy apple because that's what Zuko told her. And they're like, "Oh, sorry, we have to switch you to the whatever team, or the effects team because no." And Izuku, he's not fucking dumb. He just says, "Why the hell don't you just get someone who's already on the effects team to grab the rope and pull Monoma across? Not Aoyama across. Well, Uraraka just uses her gravity quirk." And they just looked at each other, and Izuku says, "Yeah, you didn't fucking think of that, didn't you?" And I swear to fucking God, why the hell did they not do that in the anime? I am confused. I am, like, really confused. So they practice the rope phrase, and Momo just says, "Oh yeah, I'll make a rope," and Zuki says, "No, I'll just go down to the shops tomorrow morning." I think it was tomorrow, the next day that this festival was happening. Yeah, he says, "Yeah, I'll just go get it tomorrow morning," and Momo just says, "All right." So then Zuku goes down to, wakes up and starts to head down to the convenience store, and they were talking. Then a couple nights before, it was the whole thing about him watching the video and the tea, and he wasn't looking for All Might's thing. He just mistapped the video because he wouldn't be looking at All Might, like, you know. He wouldn't be looking at videos of All Might because, you know. So Izuku just goes down to the store and bumps into Gentle Criminal again, and Gentle Criminal says the whole thing about about the tea and how he just had like a really expensive tea Forgot what it was called. But Izuku says, oh yeah, I had that last night. Because he did drink it. Well, it wasn't... Yeah, I think it was last night. I had it one time. And he knows who... It's Gentle Criminal. He's just playing it off. And Gentle Criminal just does his whole thing. And Izuku's just acting calm. And as Gentle Criminal's walking off, and Izuku just puts his things down and says, you're Gentle Criminal, aren't you? And he turns around and is like, yes. He says something about it, and they have that conversation about Yue and a girl's dreams, and yeah, little girl's dreams, and Gentle Criminal talking about his dreams, and Izuku says, I'm not going to let you take them away from her, and just jumps at Gentle Criminal, but he knows there's a, like, an elasticized barrier of air. So, right as he's about to get to it, he activates his shotgun gun and puts Gentle Criminal under a genjutsu to make it look like he bounced all the way back, but really he just appeared right in front of him, and Gentle Criminal was like, like when I pulled my cloak off, I put an elasticized barrier of air, and right after he says air, he gets hit in the face, knocked back, and he managed to regain himself, and Gentle Criminal was like, how did you do that? And Zuki says, I work with the mind. And Gentle Criminal jumps off with Labrava, and she says to Gentle Criminal again, hey, Gentle, I think I've seen him before. And Gentle Criminal says, yeah, where? And Labrava says, he won the UA Sports Festival. And Gentle Criminal's like, really? No, really? No, we gotta leave now. And Labrava says, yeah, he won by a mile, apparently. I saw him, and I saw what happened, and he won by a mile. And so they're jumping off, and Izuku is just sees them running off, jumping off the air and running away, and Izuku just follows them by floating, not floating, maybe floating. He does what Guy does, so he's jumping on the air by using kicks, because his kicks are so powerful, it makes it so that air is basically, his kicks are so fast that it compresses the air before it can move, and turns it so that you can step on it. And so Izuku just catches up to them, and is like, where are you two going? And Gentle Criminal sees Izuku just right beside them, and he just knocks them out. And he picks them up, and he knocks them out with let's say a Susanoo bitch slap. So the hand's coming out, and he just slaps them with the back of his hand, and they go flying backwards. Izuku just catches them with the Susanoo though, and brings them in and holds them in his hands before dispelling the Susanoo. He goes to UA. He gives Gentle Criminal, and he goes up to midnight in one of the teacher's rooms, and gives Gentle and Labrava to midnight, and says, oh yeah, I found these two, they're criminals who post stuff on YouTube. And she says, oh, okay. And he says they rob a lot of places and stole about, I don't want to get into it because, well, it's, I don't know the conversion of yen to dollars, so I'm not even going to go there. He just says that he stole a certain amount that's a lot, and Midnight says that's a lot, and Zuko says, yeah. So he leaves. He disappears. Body flickers back to the bag where the rope was, and body flickers back, and he just gets dressed with the rest of them normally because, well, he isn't late this time, and so they get changed, and Zuko gives the rope to Kurashima and says, I'm if you guys didn't have me, then then you guys would have probably died ages ago. And seriously, I'm so confused. Why the hell they didn't just use Uraraka's quirk and get someone from the effects team to just carry Aoyama? And so yeah, so they start the concert. Bakugo says, let's explode them with our noise. And Zuko, or as soon as he just explodes and the shockwave goes throughout the entire stadium, Zuko activates his what's it called? He activates his Sharingan and uses... No, actually no. He just uses a great majestic fire destroyer jutsu, and great majestic destroyer flame, and he blasts with Bakugo, or not with Bakugo, like right after Bakugo, and it just fills up the entire room, or the entire stadium, and everyone almost dies, but Zuko just, he let's just say he gets rid of it, because instead of, yeah, he just gets rid of it, and Zuko is just, yeah, he gets rid of the flame before it can hurt anyone, and so the concert happens, everyone's like, oh yeah, and Eri starts smiling, and Zuko sees this while he's dancing, and then after it happens, Zuko starts crying like in the anime, because, Eri is happy and smiling, and then the beauty pageant happens, the whole thing happens, and then he gives the candy apple to Eri. She likes it like before, and so yeah, that ends, and then the meetup with Hawks and Endeavor happens, and I've really forgotten what happens in this point, but then the thingamajiggy just breaks the window, then Endeavor just flies out the window and starts fighting the Nomu, and it's super regenerative. Did I just say regenerative? I meant regenerative, so it's like regenerating really fast, and Zuko sees this, and although he hates Endeavor, he doesn't want the current number one hero to die, because that would look bad. So he just appears right next to Endeavor. Endeavor says, who are you, kid? And Zuko says, you've forgotten me? And Endeavor takes a good look at him and says, wait, you're him. You're the one who came first in the sports festival. And then he just gets an angry look and says, you almost destroyed my my property, or my toy, or not toy, my I forgot what he says, but my Shoto destroyed my Shoto. And Zuko says he was weak anyway, and Endeavor is like, he was not weak, he was stronger than, he's going to be stronger than All Might. And Izuku says, he'll, he'll be stronger than All Might and become the #1 hero. And Izuku says, you got one of those right. He'll definitely be stronger than All Might, but he definitely won't be the #1 hero. And Endeavor gets quite angry at this, and Izuku says, look, calm down, I'll just, deal with him. And Endeavor says, hey, you don't have a fire quirk. And Izuku says, who said I doesn't have a fire, who says I don't have a fire quirk? And he just activates his shouting gun, looks at Endeavor, and then turns back around, looks at the Nomu, and closes one eye, and says, Amaterasu! And, sorry, that was a bad impression. He just says Amaterasu, and, black flames start appearing on the Nomu, and the Nomu tries to, get the flames off, but it's not working, because, that's not how Amaterasu works. So he rips his head off, trying to get away from the flames, and Zuko just says Amaterasu again, but this time on the head, and it can't regenerate its head, so it dies. And that whole thing happens. The media was watching this, and Izuku just disappears, body flickers away, and Endeavor just stands there with his hands open, and his eyes wide open, his mouth gaping like a fish, and he's like, what the hell just happened? And so the media caught this of Izuku leading Nomu. They don't know how strong the Nomu was though, because the fight with the Endeavor and the Nomu doesn't happen. So they don't know that he's got Izuku could have just bodied Endeavor. And so they don't really rank him that high, because, well, he's still temporary. Well, not temporary hero, he's got his hero license. It's just he's a hero in training, so he doesn't have a rank yet. So Izuku just, Izuku just disappears. The media caught this, and he appears at his classroom, and everyone who was watching TV, because, well, technically everyone, because everyone was watching TV, just look at Izuku, and Nejire, let's just say Nejire was visiting, looks at Izuku and said, you really didn't have to show him up, right? You know that, right? And Izuku says, I know. And yeah, well, this is basically the end of the anime. So I'm gonna end this video here. The anime movie will be coming out later today, and I'm going to start the manga, and let's say a couple weeks. Yeah, let's say a week. Next week, I'll start the manga, because I need to start reading it again. It's been a while. Anyway, yeah, the anime movie will be coming out later today. If you like this video, like, subscribe, and give me any what if suggestions in the description. No, not description, comment section. And I'll see you all later, okay? See you, bye.